Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to my channel. My name's Alicia. In today's video, I am doing a unboxing slash first impression tutorial with my base box and my premium box. I like doing these videos every month. That way we can chit chat and talk about what I got in the box, but I can also show you guys how I use those products and what my first impressions are. So if you are interested in that, then just keep on watching. Okay, so I have my base makeup done, but I do want to go ahead and show you guys some skincare that came in the box. I don't have like a demo using this. I'm just going to tell you guys about my experience with it. So in the base box, I got this super pricey product. This is from Juice Beauty. It is the organic solution is what it says. Now this is the Stem Cellular Anti-Wrinkle Retinol Overnight Serum. This retails for $72 and it's 1 fluid ounce. That is freaking crazy. This is what the actual packaging looks like here. Now, because this is an overnight serum, I did go ahead and use this last night. Now, I personally, retinol scares the shit out of me. Like, I typically do not use retinol. I know that it makes your skin very sensitive to the sun and that you have to use a broad spectrum SPF, and I'm not the best at applying SPF. A lot of things with SPF in it break me out. Now, I did realize that this L'Oreal, this is the Age Perfect Radiant Serum Foundation that I have raved about. This has got SPF 50 in there, and you want to make sure you're using broad spectrum. But yeah, I realized that had the SPF in there, so I was like, okay, well, I can use this and feel comfortable using it, that I'm being protected, you know, during the daytime. Now, I will say that this felt a little bit like thick and like balmy. I like more of like gel type moisturizers and things like that really like just feel hydrating and refreshing and sink right into the skin. This, you could definitely like feel it on your face, if you get what I'm saying. And yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of that, but I will say my skin today was so freaking smooth. Now, you can get up to using this like every other day, I believe. But at least at first, you really want to stick to using this like once a week, twice a week max, but you probably want to space it out like 5 days. Until you get your tolerance up to this, because this is a very, very strong retinol. It even said that it was like twice the actives or something like that in here. But yeah, this is cruelty free. It's vegan, $72. I would never have purchased this on my own, and still, honestly, I don't know if I'm the biggest fan of it. I'm just gonna have to continue to use this and see if I see any results. I do know that for, you know, wrinkles and fine lines, retinol is like typically what is, you know, referred to use. So yeah, I'm going to continue to test it out. Now, another product that I got, and I actually do have this on my skin today. This is from Poreless, and this is the Santorini Grape Poreless Skin Cream. It's got salicylic acid. It says smooth and balance. Now, it did come with a protective cover. I did take that off, and I just used what was on the back of that actually, all over my face, neck, and décolleté today. It does feel nice. It feels very hydrated. I don't really see any smoothing properties, to be honest with you. It's got a scent, but it is like a very faint scent. It just smells kind of fresh, kind of like avocado-y. But this is kind of like a light moisturizer, and I do like that about it. You see how it just turns into like this gel type moisturizer? These are the type of moisturizers that I like. It just feels very refreshing and it just sinks right into the skin. It even has kind of like a glowy effect to it, if you can see that. But yeah, I do really like this. I love the green packaging. It is a glass, like nice heavy bottle here, and this has got 1.35 fluid ounces. Now, this one came in my premium box, and I guess I should have told you that first. This retails for $36. That is not a bad price for this moisturizer, in my personal opinion. All right, next up, it's gonna be like a very heavy eye focused tutorial today, guys. A lot of the things that came in the box were related to the eyes. So I'm going to go ahead and show you guys really quick, and then we'll go ahead and jump into the products. So first off, I'm going to go over what came in the base box. So the base box, I had this Beauty Vault eyeliner. This is a liquid liner. You guys know I'm not the biggest fan of these. I'm going to be super nervous using this, actually. And I don't even know if I will use this in today's video. But anyway, this retails for $18. I am not familiar with this brand at all. Honestly, wasn't really excited to get that in the box. And in general, with the base box this month, I just was not that impressed. I also got this eye palette in the base box. This is from Eloise Beauty. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but this is the Sahara Nights eyeshadow palette. This retails for $35. Again, I am not familiar with this brand, but this is just a little eyeshadow palette, and it is all shimmers. So here are the shades here. Now, I will say many years ago in Boxycharm, there was a similar type of palette released like this in the box, and it was from Blink Cosmetics, and everybody raved about that palette, and it was like this, you know, just kind of like shimmers. So I'm interested. Hopefully this is really good quality. We'll see. Now in the premium box, I got a tool. Actually, this is called the Shadow Moon, and it acts as just like a shield for eyeshadows. So this is actually pretty affordable. This retails for $15, and it's just a reusable eye shield. You can also put that in like the freezer or the fridge just to kind of like put under your eye and depuff in the mornings as well. Now, I love a lot of stuff that came in the premium box, and I'm really excited about it. So this is from Persona. This is the Swipe Up Brow Gel. I have mine in the shade brown. I wish they would have given me like a dark brown or something like that. But this retails for $19, and I feel like this is a newer product to the market in general. Then from Patrick Ta, this is the Major Volume Mascara, and again, this is something I was super excited to get. I honestly almost bought this on the store and I didn't. This is in black. I'm not sure if this comes in brown, but this retails for $29. And then finally, for the eyes from the premium box is this palette from Natasha Denona. This is the Cupid. This is a full-size 5-shadow eyeshadow palette, and I don't know why these are so freaking expensive, but all of these like full-size 5-pan shadows palettes retail for $48. I feel like that is pretty pricey. Now, I do like the shades that came in this palette. I don't think they're anything unique or that I don't already have in my collection, but Natasha's formula is just like chef's kiss. So I definitely will keep this around and use it. I really love shades like this, like kind of those like brownish with like some red in them shades. Really love those. So I'm gonna pull you guys in, and we're gonna go ahead and get started with this eye look. And while I'm thinking about it, I did want to go ahead and show you guys, because I didn't show you the box that this little Poreless Santorini Grape cream came in. It came in this little box right here. And I just think it's very nice and simple, pretty. Like I said, for $36, I do not think that is a bad price. Really don't. All right, so for the eyes today, I'm going to start off in the Natasha Denona palette. And I really love both of the shimmers in this palette. I think this is a really smart collection of colors. And I'm going to go ahead and go into this lightest shade here. All right, I'm going to use this reusable little shadow shield. This is the Shadow Moon is what they call it. So it just slides out, and here's your little moon here. Now, it says it's designed with a grip, so no adhesive is required. I kind of was like taking this out and playing with it last night, and I'm sorry, but this you do have to hold. Like, it doesn't stick down or anything. You definitely have to hold this while you're using it. So I'm going to try my best to film with this today, could be a little bit tricky, you know what I mean? So first off, I'm going to use the shield, and you know, I guess you just kind of hold it. Really want to connect like your outer edge with the end of your brow. So that is going to be, you know, kind of how I hold this here. And the first shade I'm going to go into is this one right here on the Natasha Denona palette. This is pretty freaking tricky, honestly. All right, so I'm going to try my best, like I said, to use this on camera. So I do like the idea of this product, and you know, if I wasn't filming, if I was just like chilling, maybe it'd be a little bit easier. But I do like the idea of this product because you can be a little bit more messy with application. However, you can do the same thing if you do your eyes first. So if you do your eyes before your base. Now, I used to be somebody that would never do that, and so I think I would have valued this a whole lot more then. Now, I'm going to take a different brush here. I'm going to go into this more like red shade from the Natasha palette. All right, and I'm going to focus this right on the outer corner and kind of into the crease a little bit. All right. And wow, that's worked. That worked. Okay, so going back into that fluffy brush that we use, I just am going to soften this edge here. That was not bad. And like I said, if I wasn't filming, it would have been less awkward. Now going into the palette from the base box, that Eloise palette. I really liked this, but I just, looking at this shimmer as well as this gray, those are the ones that like speak out to me. And just loving like purple colors in general, like I had to use this one. This is the one that I wanted to use right off the bat. And I figured since we got the Cupid palette, you know, this kind of goes with it. So I'm going to go ahead and put this on my lid. Now, I will say that was highly unimpressive. That did not pack a punch at all. I am going to go ahead and I think I'm going to spray my brush. And I'm actually going to use this KVD Locket spray. We'll see if this makes it any better. This definitely, wetting the brush made it apply better. However, I just am not impressed with this shadow. Dang it. All right, to add a little bit more dimension, I think I'm going to take the shade City Lights just on my finger. And the shade does look really pretty. I'm going to go ahead and pop this right on the center of the lid. All right, now going back in with this brush that we were using for this shade here, for the Natasha Denona, I'm just going to go back in. And looking down, I'm just going to put this directly into the crease. Just because I really love that nice mauve. And I'm bringing this up pretty high as well, as you can tell. That is just okay. I feel like this shimmer is super chunky though. Does anybody else feel me on that? I just feel like it is not as smooth as I would have liked. I'm going to go ahead and give you guys a swatch of all of these colors. Ooh, that color is pretty. Ooh, I love that taupey shade. This one and this one. This one is like a duochrome. It's kind of like giving me NARS Orgasm vibes, where it's got some gold in it. You see all that gold reflect? And I also love this taupey shade. A lot of these swatched really nice. So I'm going to have to continue to play with this palette. I think that I also want to take the shimmer in this Natasha Denona here, and I'm just going to put that under the brow. All right, and I'm gonna give you guys a swatch of all of the Natasha Denona shades as well. Ooh, I love that brick red shade. This palette is stunning. I love every shade in this palette. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and catch up the other eye now. All right, for the lower lash line, I think I'm gonna go into this shade right here, which I actually have not used yet, but I just think this shade is stunning. And I'm gonna get this just close to the lash line. And I'm gonna pull this all the way to, I'm just gonna leave that inner third space blank because I'm gonna go in with a different shade there. Okay, now I'm gonna take a little smudger brush and I'm actually gonna go into this shade right here, City Lights, the one that we put on the center of the lid. And you can probably tell these shimmers are just pretty crumbly. Like, I don't get it because they swatch nice. But I feel like it's pretty dusty actually when you put it on your eye. So I don't know what is up with that. Now I am going to take another little pencil brush and I'm going to go into this shade right here. And basically I'm just going to blend this all on the outer edges of both of those colors that we put down. This is really just going to smoke everything out. All right, so this is the final eye look, and honestly, I feel like I am not that happy with it. I just feel like for the work we put in, I feel like it should look better than this. I think I'm gonna pop a little bit more of this highlight right in the center on this eye. But yeah, I don't think there's enough payoff there. This palette, from the swatches, you would think it would be a lot better than it actually is. I'm going to keep it only for the purpose of trying out this shade and this shade, and if those are duds, then I'm getting rid of this palette. Now, this one performed amazing, and typical Natasha Denona fashion. I did pop a little bit of this shimmer shade in the inner corner as well, just so it would like match what we had going on with the brow. And speaking of brows, we're about to go ahead and jump into the brows. So again, this is something I don't really like to do on camera. Brows are just never my favorite, and I have certain products that I know how they work and I've got a lot to fill in. So anytime I'm trying new brow products, I'm a little bit hesitant, and especially when it's a first impression that I'm filming. But yeah, so this is the Persona Swipe Up Brow Gel. I, again, had been wanting to try this. This retails, it's actually pretty affordable, $19. You can pick this up at Ulta. And here is the wand here. I do like that it's a small wand. It's definitely not the smallest that I've ever seen, but it is pretty tapered at the end. And I do like that about it. So we're gonna go ahead and see how this works. I'm gonna pull you guys in a little bit closer. All right, so as I mentioned, I have a lot to fill in the inner portion of my brow. Normally, I like to use like a shadow or a pomade. These type of like brow gels, for my purposes, these are like my least favorite thing to use to do my brows because it's the easiest for me to mess up. Now, the color is matching better than I expected it to, honestly. I thought I would need a darker shade. Normally, like for comparison, I would pick like an ash brown, which is usually kind of like a brown black. And I do think that this is working, you know, well in my brows as far as the color goes. And this is just the shade brown. It's not dark brown or anything like that. I do like how stiff this brush is though. I feel like I've got decent control with this product, but I would definitely still say I prefer pomades and shadows as opposed to this. It's just a little bit too liquidy. Maybe if I can ever get my brow hairs to grow out. But I would rank this particular brow gel high up in the brow gels that I have tried. I'd say my favorite is probably the one from Milk Makeup. And it's like the Kush Fiber brow gel or whatever. And I would get the shade Grind in that one for reference. But this reminds me of that. This is a more, you know, precise brow gel that you can use. I just don't like that once you put product down, like if you try to go over it, it kind of picks itself up. And so pigment that you had just put down will pick back up. So I'm gonna go ahead, do the other brow. This is not really the best here. I may try to fix this with, I've got a little Fiona Styles brow pomade that I've been using. I may try to fix it with that just a little bit, just on the inner portion. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do the other brow and I'll be right back. All right, guys, I did not do anything else to the brows because I wanted you to see just with this product what it looked like. And I will say, when you have a lot to fill in, sometimes it can look a little block brow at the front when you're using a brow gel, and that specifically is like why I don't really like using them that much for the full brow look anyway. I think like from here back, this brow gel would be great, and then just using like a different product, like a brow pomade, like I said, or a eyeshadow even, just to fill in the front part of the brow, I think would work like a dream. And that may be how I continue to use this product. It does feel like it has some hold. I'm gonna let it sit down for a few more minutes and dry, and then I'm gonna go ahead and kind of like brush it out, just because I always think that makes a brow product look a little bit more like natural. So I'm gonna go ahead and go into this Beauty Vault eyeliner. I guess this is a waterproof eyeliner, and again, I got this in the base box. This retails for $18. So this is what the packaging looks like here. Very simple. And ooh, that is super black. Good and bad. Good if you're good with liquid liners, but I, however, am not. So I'm gonna try to do this on camera. I may cut this part out. Depends on how big the struggle is. But yeah, again, I'm just someone that, I mean, how do you do this? I'm just not great with liner. I like eyeshadows to line my lids personally. I think I'm just gonna do like a very thin line right on the lash line. Now, I will say this is very easy to use, honestly. Pretty easy to use, but I don't like the look of liquid liner a lot. I like it on other people. I just don't like it on me. All right, so you see like how harsh that looks? That's what I don't like. So again, I'm gonna kind of do the same thing over here. So I kept drawing and drawing, and this is where I ended up. These wings are horrible. I know that. Just bear with me. This is just for fun, okay? Now, next up, I'm going to go into this Patrick Ta. This is the Major Volume Mascara, and let's hope that this bitch has got some volume to hide what I got going on here. All right, so this is the packaging here. You're gonna get a million fingerprints on this, but it is beautiful right out the gate. Here is the brush, very simple. I love brushes like this, honestly. And I'm gonna go ahead and apply this to the lower lashes. All right, I really wanted to build this mascara up and make it dramatic, so I made a little bit of a mess under my eyes. I'm going to clean that up after it's dried, and I'm going to go ahead and switch to the upper lashes. All right, guys, while I think this is very like lengthening and super jet black, I do not think that this is a volumizing mascara. This wing over here is absolutely atrocious. Just ignore that. All right, I'm gonna go in with my Bite Beauty Upswing mascara and see if I can build up any volume on the lashes. I feel like I really don't like that Patrick Ta one that much, honestly. I'll have to continue to use it. Like I said, usually mascaras, you know, their peak once you've had it open like 2 or 3 weeks. But yeah, I think that one, it kind of created like some spiky, spidery looking lashes, and that is just not my vibes, you know? All right, guys, this I think is as good as we're gonna get with the eyes today, and just super fucking intense, okay? All right, as I mentioned, I'm gonna go ahead and comb through the brows just a little bit. Now, I do like the hold that this brow gel is providing, but I think just breaking it up slightly just adds to the overall look. I say I have a very natural brow while I've got this crazy fucking wing going on. Okay, right, next up is a product coming from the base box. This is a bronzer from Shades by Shan, and this retails for $17.50. It says, "You are very beautiful." I do like that little saying. Now, this cardboard does feel super cheap. This is the Latte bronzer from the contour palette. So I guess she has a contour palette, and this specific shade is from that palette. Now, you do have a mirror in here. However, do you see this packaging? Sorry, you can see how dirty my desk is. But it just is like a little wonky looking, right? It doesn't matter, of course. What matters the most is how this product performs. So I'm going to go ahead and dip into this. It is pretty dang powdery. Now, I have gotten a few other things from this Shade by Shan, and honestly, it was the packaging for me. I feel like I've become such a snooty like makeup consumer because I love the whole process of makeup. So I want it to perform nice, but I also want it to look nice, guys. Like, I want to like taking the product out and like putting it on and all of that. This is okay. Like, I do like the color of this. It's blending out nicely. It's not patchy. It is pretty powdery, like I mentioned. But yeah, it just feels super cheap. Which, you know, it doesn't really matter. But if I had a Grape, like, that's what I'm telling you it would be. Now, if I have this bronzer in my collection and I have this bronzer in my collection, like, I typically am going to pull for this one because I like the way that it looks better. I like the way that it feels in my hand. Like, I just like using it, if that makes sense. But there is nothing wrong with this bronzer. Like, it is performing really well. And like I said, I actually really like this color. I may end up continuing to use this one. I was going to give it to my daughter, but I may not actually, because this really is a nice color. All right, really love that bronzer. Now, another product that I know that I love is from the premium box. Now, I don't know what happened to this. Like, this looked like this when they packaged it because my box was fine and somebody just put this little number in my box. So I don't know what's up with that. That's kind of odd, you know, but this is one of my favorite highlighters, actually, from Ofra. Ofra has got such a fantastic highlighter formula. I have a lot of them. If you have not caught my collection video, check it out. But yeah, this is one of my favorites. I will be giving this to my daughter, and that is actually it's a pretty pricey highlighter. Those highlighters retail for $35 each. Now, I'm just going to pull out the one that I have already opened. So here is the packaging there, and this is the highlighter. It is absolutely beautiful, super stunning highlighter. So creamy, so pigmented. What a gorgeous color to get in your box as well. So I'm just going to go ahead, and I will say with these, you kind of want to be careful just because, like, every time I just barely tap into it, but it is so blinding. It's a very intense highlighter formula. I am like barely tapping into this. All right, there you go. So I think this is a great addition to get in the box. All right, guys, and then the final product is coming from Too Faced, and this is the Lip Injection Maximum Plump. That is scary. This retails for $32. The normal lip injection, you can really feel whenever you put those on. It is a plumping lip gloss, but you are going to feel it. Now, this is the extra strength instant and long-term lip plumper. So we will see if I can bear it. Let's see if there is a shade. All right, so this is what it looks like here. I'm gonna go ahead and take this sticker off. But yeah, this is what it actually looks like. Super pretty. It smells like strawberries. That's gross. All right, so it feels just like a lip oil, honestly, and we are gonna see if we feel any of the plumping effects. I would guess that I will. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and set my face, and then we will come back to do like a collective of what we think about these boxes. My lips are freaking hurting right now. It is stinging so bad, I may end up having to take this off. Let's go ahead and run through the products that came in this box. I will definitely say premium took the cake for me, but let's go through both boxes. So in the base box, we got the lip plumper. It definitely will plump your lips, guys. It will, but it is going to hurt like hell. I don't know if it's worth it for me. I feel like my lips are decently big anyway. It smells nice. It feels nice when you initially put it on, but right now all I feel is just stinging. We'll see how I feel at the end of the video, but yeah, that is kind of a painful product to get. Next up is the Eloise Eyeshadow Palette. Now that I'm looking at it, I do like it. Like, I think the end looks good. It does look dimensional. It looks kind of duochrome-y, honestly, how we layered those shadows. However, I do think they didn't perform the best. I want to use this one because it swatched amazing, and I want to use this one because I love taupey shades like this. So I'm gonna hold on to it, but again, as of like right now, not my favorite. Not my favorite by any means, but I feel like I need to give it more than one try. Now, this eyeshadow palette from Natasha, I love these colors so much. I think every shade in here is usable. Everything goes very nicely together in this palette. Now, using this palette alone, you're not going to get a variation of too many different types of looks, I feel like. You can get like a very light look, you can get an all matte, or you can get like a more bronzy type of look. I feel like that's kind of where you're at with this one, but it is a nice palette. And $48, that, sorry, came in the premium. Let me go back to the base box. All right, continuing with the base box, I got this bronzer by Shades by Shan. Again, this is not my favorite brand, but I think this product performed really well, actually. $17.50, that's not too bad of a price from, but then again, when I think about drugstore products, their quality is just as good, and I feel like Milani's bronzer is in a better packaging than this, like the clear plastic. So I don't know. This is just okay. It performs good, but definitely not a favorite. I will be giving that to my daughter. From the base box, I think this is definitely the most impressive product, probably. This is the Juice Beauty Retinol Overnight Serum. I will continue to use this, but I really did like how my skin felt and looked this morning after I washed this off. And then finally is this freaking eyeliner. Honestly, I feel like this one is super dramatic, but I feel like it doesn't look that bad. And for somebody that never, ever does a wing, like, this performed pretty easy. And I don't like it where it was just like a subtle little line. I thought it looked too just drastically different. So I felt like I kind of had to do a wing with this, if that makes sense. But yeah, this was actually pretty easy to use. It surprised me, honestly. This is $18. And yeah, that is it. So the lip injection, Eloise Palette, Juice Beauty, Retinol Serum, Shades by Shan bronzer, and the eyeliner from the Beauty Vault. The retail value of this box is $174.50, so about $175, and you're paying $30 for this box. Now, is it worth $30? I mean, you'll have to be the judge. I guess so, but again, this was just not my favorite box. Like, nothing in here really excites me. Now, the premium box, on the other hand, I actually really like this cream. I love the packaging, super weighty. I have really got along well with stuff from Kors, and yeah, I was actually excited to get that cream. That retails for $36. The Cupid eyeshadow palette that I've already talked about a little bit, $48. The Patrick Ta Major Volume Mascara, this retails for $29. I'm going to put this back in the box, and I'm going to give this to my daughter. The Persona Swipe Up Brow Gel, I thought worked really, really nicely. Honestly, I would leave the house with it just like this, but I do think that for me to continue using this, or anyone that just has a good bit of filling in to do in the front of their brows, just use this on the tail end, like from here back, and kind of use something different in the front part of your brow, and I think you'll be good to go. But I do think this is a really good formula, and I like the color of this. I think it was a good match, so they did a good job with that. Something that I personally already had, which was the only reason I wasn't that excited about getting this in my box, is the Ofra Cosmetics highlighter. Bomb highlighters, one of the best brands for highlighters, and this is one of the best ones in their shade range, in my opinion. I think it can work on so many different people. It is a little weird that my box was all beat up like this, but yeah, this is going straight to my daughter. Now, one thing that I do think is kind of just interesting, and I don't know how much I will use this. If I don't end up using it, I will, you know, give it to my daughter as well. But this little shadow shield, all you're gonna do is it's just a little silicone, you know, disc thing. But yeah, you just rinse it off with water. You can reuse it. You can pop it in the fridge. You pop it in the freezer for a few seconds before you put this on. But yeah, it'll just help to depuff your eyes. And as you can tell, it also worked as a great shield. That was kind of what I used as like a guide for my eyeliner. So I didn't have this on there, but just that line that this created, it did make a nice crisp line. It was easy to use as opposed to, like, you know, trying to film while using it. But when I did my other eye, very easy, simple to use, and quick. So, but yeah, you guys just let me know what else you want to see down below. I have lots of stuff, the new Mario stuff, Rose Ink. I've got that new Gemini palette. I'm trying to think what else. Ipsy bag. You guys let me know. Leave it down below. I hope you have a great day or night wherever you are watching this. Subscribe, and I'll catch you in my next one. Bye.